All right, fighters, let's cut the crap. You want to know why I would never choose to be a handyman? Because nothing about running around being Mr. Fix-It is appealing to me. Today on the Contractor Fight, I'm going to share with you why being a handyman might be an okay thing to start to get some money moving. But listen, in the long run, you're going to want to niche down and you're going to want to be a specialist instead of a generalist. Check out this episode and make some fucking money. All right, so I probably ruffled a couple feathers. There's some of you handy people that are out there, handy men and women, that are probably going, Tom, you're full of shit. I make a good living. I'm a handyman. Blah, blah, blah. Fuck you. You're an idiot. Well, listen, this is me. These are my thoughts, okay? And if it isn't working for you, great, whatever. But here's the thing. Being a handyman sounds good on paper. You can fix anything. You can do everything. You're that jack of all trades. You're trying to be all things to all people. And what I found is that you're just spreading yourself too thin. The number of people that we've coached through the years and helped and spoken to and done workshops and fucking therapy sessions for that are handymen, all right, that end up getting out of it once they see the light is staggering. A shit ton of people. There's only a few of them that I believe have done it at a really high level. I have a few reasons here why I would never, ever in a million years be a handyman. All right. Number one is you're a jack of all trades and you're not an expert in anything. All right. So I want you to think about this real quick. All right. If you have a pain in your knee, where are you going? You're going to a specialist. You're going to a knee doctor, a knee surgeon, whatever they're called. You're not going to the general practitioner because they're a generalist. They're not the specialist. And I personally want to do that. Now, I've coached so many people in the landscape industry. I'll just give you a contractor experience here. All right. That's out of the handyman thing, but it makes my point. You got the landscape industry as a whole on the macro level. Some of the most profitable people in the landscape industry are in the water feature niche. They operate on ponds and water features and waterfalls day in and day out. And it's so much easier to become known as the specialist in that small niche within the niche of landscaping than it is to be a generalist. A lot of these landscape companies, they're not specialists in water features and they don't do that good of a job. They have more problems. The true specialists go and fix their shit all the time and they're making bank. All right, so whatever trade you're in, whatever your thing is, take this to heart. I believe for many reasons, there's riches in the niches because number one, it's easier to market yourself. All right, if you're trying to market yourself as a fucking plumber, a screen repair guy, hanging doors, cleaning gutters, and doing all these things, it's just hard to be known for anything. All right, so I want to encourage you to really examine how you're spending your focus of your time, your money, your energy, marketing your business, selling your services. It's like one day I'm selling fucking gutters, the next day I'm selling this, next day I'm selling that, and I never get into the groove of selling the thing that's going to make me the most money. Now, let me call a quick timeout here because I just said the thing that's going to make me most money, and this is where a few of you are going to type in there, Tom, money's not everything, and it's happiness and all this. Okay, well, whatever. All right, I get that. But you're not in business to be a fucking charity. You're not in business to be stressed out all the time. You're in business to meet a need and make a shit ton of money. One of the things that I've seen that makes it incredibly hard for people in the handyman space to make enough money to actually pay all their bills, make some investments, maybe get their spouse home from working so they don't have to have a shitty career, okay, whatever it might be, whatever their why is and whatever their goals are. One of the reasons it makes it hard as a handy person is because you're not taken seriously. You're literally looked at like a jack of all trades and you're not a master of a niche, okay? So don't be the guy who kind of does everything. Okay, that's really my point. Be the best in one thing. Second reason that I would never be a handyman is the problem with the label. The term handyman comes with baggage. All right, it screams small, low budget jobs and people expect you to work for cheap and they nickel and dime your fucking rates. All right, because 99.99% of the people on planet Earth don't understand that what you need to charge to actually make money and have a profit and this and that. Okay, so that's a problem. Handyman jobs can be a hassle. I mean, think about it. I wish I could just download the conversations that I've had over the past decade and a half of doing this and coaching handymen through the shit in their business. They're like, you got partial days and half days and full days, and they're juggling around and all the mobilization for different jobs, and they're running around like crazy. Now, if you're happy doing that, if you don't want to build a business that doesn't operate without you and shit, cool, knock yourself out. I understand there's some of you out there right now that are totally happy. All right, one guy I'm thinking of in particular, his wife was like a fucking surgeon or something and made like $500,000, $600,000 a year, and he had a handyman business, and he really didn't have to work, and so for them it was great because he just took whatever he made and put it into their investment in their retirement accounts because that was his why for the business. He didn't have to build a big business that brought in, several $1,000,000 a year. All right, so again, it comes back to what you really want. But for me personally, I'm not interested in running around for pennies, stepping over dollars to go pick up fucking pennies. That's ridiculous. The other thing with the handyman label, like I said a minute ago, is you get nickeled and dimed to death. People are like questioning your rates and all this. And guys, I know this because about 20 years ago in our painting company, we started a handyman division. We tried it because we were getting asked all the time. And just because you're getting asked, hey, can you do this and can you do this, doesn't mean you fucking should. All right, and it created so much chaos, and it was a pain in the ass with just balancing all that, and we shut it down after a few months, all right, because we were getting nickeled and dimed because we couldn't break free of that label of handyman because you're a generalist, and generalists don't make enough money. Another issue that I have is this. If you want to scale your handyman business, what I've personally seen is most of the people that you're going to hire, they already have their own handyman business. Okay? Think about this for a second. How hard is it to say, I run a painting company, right? So it's much easier for me to find somebody who's really good at painting, somebody that I could train to get better at the craft of painting, and we do that one thing and we knock it out of the park, versus hiring somebody, if I were running a handyman business, that you got to find people that are really good at a bunch of shit. They're like unicorns, okay? They're just harder to find because most of them have their own fucking business going right now. So I think even growing your team is much more difficult because the people that you have to hire that have their shit together and know all these skills and are reliable and they can bounce from job to job and job, communicate with clients and all those things, they're more rare. Another reason that I just personally wouldn't do it. Listen, guys, the real money, respect, and growth comes from niching down. If I had a fucking nickel for every handyman that came to us through the last decade in the contractor fight and went and instead specialized in something like remodeling bathrooms, all right? If I had a nickel for every one of those that actually started crushing it when they niched down, I'd have probably all the nickels, all right? Specialize in one thing and dominate it. It's easy to market. It's easier to sell it. It's easier to be a big fish in a small pond than just be one of these generalists. So whether it's roofing, high-end kitchens, bathrooms, custom decks, be the best at that one thing, okay? And people will start to line up for your services, and you won't get nickeled and dimed all the time. Also, if I haven't said it enough already, niching down, you're positioning yourself as the expert. You'll be able to charge a premium for the work that you do. Did you hear me? You'll be able to charge a premium for the work that you do and not be rolling around in the mud with all the knuckleheads. All right, stop trying to be everything to everyone. Focus, master the craft, watch your business explode. When you niche down, you build a brand, not just a job. I'm out.